So here's the accretion. And this is why it's so important to understand biology. I already exist. Now, the Priory of Sion, which emanated obviously in Europe, Sion, when you understand what a scion is, it's an extension, or think about it as a stalk. The umbilical cord is a stalk. It's an extension from creation to the fruit of that creation, which is embryo, fetus, baby. But the stalk itself is the scion. So the priory of the scion is actually the zygote, the origin. What's interesting is what happens. Mom is actually preparing her uterine wall for accepting the landing of your entirety, your estate. Mom's preparing it. What's happening is her uterine wall is changing to accommodate your existence, and what is created is known as an accretion. That accretion then allows you to plant into the wall of the uterus without being rejected as a parasite, even though it might be literally a parasite within mom's organism. You're not going to get rejected in most cases. Well, that accretion, here's the question. Your biology is a product of divinity, the vine of dad and the vine of mom. That divinity is now planting in as a product of dad, a biological father, and mom. Well, the accretion. Did dad, your dad, have anything to do with the creation of that uterine wall accretion, or did mom alone create it? Was there any sex involved, or was that creation separate from mom and dad?
Immaculate Conception.
Yes, it's the Immaculate Conception. It had no male creator it didn't come from a man. So you have this Virgin Mary conception, this Virgin Mary accretion that is now accepting your biology. So when you implant into that uterine wall, into that accretion, you're planting into virgin ground, literally created by mom only for you. Now, my book is called Right of Way for this very reason. You have a right of way in nature to land in mom's soil, a right of way. And of course, you can just look up right of way and all the legal connections to right of way. But you already have it within nature, a right of way. Doesn't require a middleman, doesn't require a piece of paper, doesn't require permission. It's already occurred. Now, I believe that the right of way is evidenced by the zygote's original skin, which is the pellucid membrane, which is also from mom. I believe that that's almost like a note saying, yeah, you have a right to plant into the wall of the uterus, because that pellucid membrane is shed moments before you actually implant. And think about that also, that pellucid membrane that surrounds this zygote, as they actually call it the baby's skin or first skin, or think of it as the package wrapping. But I think of it as an envelope enveloping the baby, your entirety, or your estate. And of course, I believe the UPU, the Universal Postal Union, is using that skin or the evidence of that pellucid membrane to pretend that mom or that envelope is still in use through the postal system. But that's for another call. What I'm getting at is, when mom is preparing this ground, she's preparing it specifically for you, and she didn't have it before you existed, and she won't have it after you exist. It is only for that creation, or for that landing. Now, what's interesting about this immaculately conceived accretion is that when baby comes out, connected to the umbilical cord, connected to the residue, and remainder of baby's biology, which is connected to this accretion. When they clamp and cut the cord, baby is in the present moment in view of those at the hospital or the midwife or whoever, but the residue, and remainder of baby and the maternal part of the placenta are still in the womb or the waters of mother, they didn't come out into the present yet. They're still back there and come out after birth, as afterbirth. The second coming. It's the second coming, literally the second coming. And of course, that's what gets the birth record. That material gets the birth record. Or gives rise, I should say, it gives rise to the birth record. Here's what's interesting. So baby comes out as a product of mom and dad and fertilization, because my blood is divine. My blood as baby has both evidence of mom and dad. And I don't have any of the maternal accretion attached to me. But when they clamp and cut the cord and they separate that material from me, creating a false duality, now when that placenta comes out, it evidences the feto-maternal bundle of rights, which gives rise to the social contract. That piece of mom that is attached to me through the placenta is the problem. And they're looking at that feto-maternal placenta as neither baby nor mom. They're actually looking at that feto-maternal organ as if it's something new, something different from both me and mom. And that's called a tertium quid. TERTIUM space QUID. The tertium quid is a new third party, third person, third thing that is neither baby nor mom. And that measure, that material is what's being used against all of us in the world as what makes us whole and brings peace to the world. Now, I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'm going to shut the hell up and we can talk. The problem with that feto-maternal organ, if viewed as something other than mom or baby, is that if it's viewed as a tertium quid, a composition of matter, in the United States, compositions of matter can be patented. And they did patent that placenta, by the way. The problem is that nature is not patentable. So my biology in its entirety by itself cannot be patented. My mom's biology in and of itself cannot be patented. But if the placenta is viewed as a tertium quid or something neither mom nor myself, that composition of material can be patented in the US at 35 USC 101. So they're making it possible to patent what shouldn't be patentable by using this combination, this bundle of rights. So they got a patented bundle of rights, which is the social contract on a global scale, and they're holding all of us to that social contract through the afterbirth second coming, better known as Jesus and Mary. So believe me, the entire global economy is built. It's ecumenical. It's an ecumenical economy on a global scale through this Jesus and Mary deposit into the In God We Trust, Tzedakei V'ai Trust. That's the whole game. And all you have to do is know what is yours and what is not yours to separate yourself. And that's where John 8:32 kicks in, where you say, listen, the truth sets me free. It sets me free of the social contract because my biology is never to be mixed with that of another. That's my private godly estate. Thank you very much. Woo!